This is New York Nightly News with Chuck Scarborough, live on New York Nonstop.
Well, finally, how about a nice glass of wine? Now, you don't need to be an expert with a perfect palate and a superior nose to find a good, affordable wine. Just ask Mark Oldman. He is the author of Oldman's Brave New World of Wine. Mark, in the book you say we live in the golden age of wine choice now. What is that all about?
Well, it used to be that you'd go in a wine shop 15 years ago and you'd see California wine, French wine, maybe a few Italian wines. Now it's a cornucopia. Now you've got Greek wine, and you've got Argentine wine, Chilean wine. So the kind of a number of options have just completely exploded.
You didn't mention the North Fork of Long Island wine. That hasn't quite made the list yet.
Not quite, but you know what? There are some good ones, and excellent rosés and Cabernet Francs.
Yeah. So, how do you find a really good wine without breaking the bank? Something that's pretty close to some of the great names, the great expensive names.
Right. Well, my new book really focuses on that. I think insiders have a separate code of wine. For example, I think most of us, my mom, my sister, most of my friends, kind of fall back on the same 5 wines. Pinot Grigio, Merlot, Cabernet.
Yeah, all the usual suspects. We all do that, right?
Exactly.
Except the experts like you.
Well, yeah. but what I try to do, like my goal is to speak to the expert, build a bridge between the experts and the novices, the casual drinkers, say, well, you know what, Gruner Veltliner might be hard to pronounce, but it's so much better of a value, or Chocolate from Spain, or Malbec, which probably a lot of your viewers have heard about, but in just reaching prime time right now. So go for the less familiar wines.
Is that what you're talking about when you refer to the brave new pour?
Exactly. So in my new book, I cover 50 different forgotten or kind of new style wines, and I call them brave new pours because to most of my friends, they are new. Like a Côte d'Aron, a wine snob would, of course, know about, but even wine snobs, a friend of mine totally only collects red Burgundy, really deeply, but he doesn't go broad. He doesn't know about Albarino, a great white wine from Spain, or Cru Beaujolais from France, which is a nice light red wine.
Well, that's great. Mark, listen, there's some great tips in the book about how to steer yourself away from the expensive spread to something that's really nice but cheap and obscure. And that's the ticket.
It really is. Price is not proportional to quality in wine.
Yeah. Oldman's Brave New World of Wine. That'll do it for New York Nightly News. Talk Stoop is next here on Nonstop. See you at 11 on News 4 New York. Thanks for joining us.